Good morning, students. So today we are mixing complements. Hopefully you have set up your workspace. If not, pause the video and do it now. But as you see, I have water, I have brushes, I've got my palette full of paint, and I'm working on my complements worksheet. I also have wax paper on my table so that I can mix paint right on there like you see this blob, and we will get going. So the first thing I want you to do is have an extra paper towel on hand because you're going to need to clean off your brushes. So I've got another one here. Take one of your round brushes to start with because there's a lot of round shapes in here. When you get to the triangles, you might want to try the flat ones. So the first thing I want you to do is mix up all of your green together, the light and the dark. It makes a really nice middle, or what a lot of people call grass green, if you just mix them up together. So do that first and then kind of save that mixture. Okay, so here, if you're mixing paint and your brush gets pretty gooey like this, remember you're going to have that extra paper towel, and before you start painting you're just going to wipe it gently like this. Okay, so put some green on your wax paper, and then you're going to take just a tiny drop of the red. So when I say a tiny drop of the red, find an area over here because you're going to get a little green on it, and you just put a little drop in. Mix it up and you should see a green that's just a little bit darker than it was. And you can kind of tell if you compare it like this to what you have mixed in your palette. You might feel like you have to do it one more time. Sometimes I do. It's always better to go slower and add red twice rather than go overboard. There's another little bit, and this should be perfect. So you have on the worksheet your dark green. So you're going to take your brush, kind of roll it, clean it off a little bit, and then if it's really messy, take your extra paper towel and just kind of wipe it clean so that it's neat and easy to use. Neat is the key word, because if it's if it's neat, you will easily be able to paint this. All right, so here we go. Paint nice, clean edges. And again, use the brown brush. This is going to help you because it fits the shape much better. And then you can go a little quicker through the middle. You also want to make sure that your paint is not blobby, meaning you leave big chunks like that. You actually need to smooth those out. It's very important when you're on canvas because once the acrylic dries, it will stay that way. So finish the shape, and then what you're going to do is add some more red, and you're going to darken the green even further. Okay, so more red on the brush. Use the same blob of green, and it should turn a little bit darker. So what you're doing is you're creating a neutral. Okay, compare it to the first one, and there we go. So you're going to see a little bit darker green, and by the time you get to the center, you should see a version of brown. And then you're going to paint the shape nice and neat, just like this. So I'm going to demo the red and green, and then I'm going to try to do a time-lapse video for the yellow violet and the blue orange. But make sure that when you are mixing your color, you're thinking about how much darker the purple is than the yellow, how much darker the blue is than the orange. Make sure that you add very small amounts at a time, because you can always add more. Now, I don't know how well you can actually see this on a projection or a video, but again, there is an example on the Haiku page that you can look at if you need. So again, I'm going to take some more red and mix it into the green. And I'm just going to keep working across the scale. So now I'm on to what is labeled as brown in the middle. And this one I'm just needing to mix a little bit longer. And I have a really nice neutral right there. Okay, so I'm going to go a little faster here, and I'm going to show you how to mix the red. So put your brush with the green in some water. Try not to let your brushes bend in the water, okay? Make sure that they kind of sit nice and neat. And if they do bend on you, then make sure you rinse them right away and put them on a paper towel. Take another brush that you have on hand and grab some red and put the red over here, because this will help you go faster. Okay, try and grab the red that has the green like already in it. There we go. Okay. Then take a little bit of your green. Try to use the sides and mix the green. Let's see, I'm gonna need to move this. Mix the green into the red. So you should be getting just like a little bit darker red than the bottle color. Red will be much easier to tell if you're getting darker. Okay, clean your brush off if you need to, if it's getting a little gross. And then you're gonna want to paint starting all the way over here like this. Okay, so like I said, I'm just going to speed this demo up a little bit. Take more green and mix it into your red blob, so you're darkening the red even further. Make sure it looks different before you paint it, or just a little bit more. And that does look different, so I'm going to go ahead and finish painting this nice and neatly, okay? So you should have all the way across here dark red, dark green, even darker green, even darker red, and then brown in the middle, okay? So end video, and I will upload the other colors shortly.